Have you ever wondered how FTX, once a crown jewel of the cryptocurrency industry, came to be? The mastermind behind this operation was a man named Sam Bankman-Fried, fondly known as SBF. SBF wasn't just any ordinary entrepreneur. He was born into an academic household, with both parents serving as Stanford law professors. He himself is an MIT alum and entered the elite world of high-frequency trading at quant firm Jane Street Capital while still in school. His journey into the crypto world began in 2017, when he started trading exchange arbitrage through his firm, Alameda Research. It was a world ripe with opportunity, and SBF was quick to spot the inefficiencies in crypto derivatives. This realization sparked an idea, a vision to create a platform to address these inefficiencies. And thus, in 2019, FTX was born. But SBF wasn't just looking to create another run-of-the-mill trading platform. He had a different approach in mind, one that was aggressive and disruptive. He believed in moving fast and breaking things, a philosophy that led him to offer riskier products than his competitors. He was ready to push the boundaries and take on the risks that others shied away from. Thus, FTX was born, ready to make waves in the crypto industry. FTX's rise to prominence in the crypto world was nothing short of meteoric. This young crypto exchange, led by the ambitious Sam Bankman-Fried, adopted a strategy of aggressive growth that seemed to pay off, at least initially. FTX's strategy was two-pronged. First, they embarked on a spree of acquisitions. They purchased rivals like LedgerX, spending $11 million in 2021. Not stopping there, they shelled out $160 million for Blockfolio and its popular app. The most significant acquisition came in January 2022, when FTX spent an eye-watering $1.4 billion on the equities platform, Embed. But acquisitions were just one part of the equation. FTX also relied heavily on unorthodox leverage, giving loans to struggling crypto companies like Voyager Digital and BlockFi. These loans were repaid in tokens, creating a complex and dangerous web of financial entanglements between FTX and Alameda Research, Bankman-Fried's trading house. To fund these ambitious expansion efforts, FTX raised $1.8 billion by the end of 2021. Some of the biggest names in the investment world, like Sequoia, SoftBank, BlackRock, and Temasek, were drawn to the fast-growing exchange, eager to be part of this exciting new frontier. And FTX wasn't shy about promoting its brand. They splashed out $300 million on celebrity ads and sponsorships, ensuring their logo was everywhere, from basketball courts to the helmets of Formula One drivers. But while FTX was on a roll, expanding at a breakneck speed, it wasn't all smooth sailing. Beneath the surface of this rapid expansion, trouble was brewing. The very practices that had powered FTX's growth would soon lead to its downfall. But in the midst of the hype and the billions of dollars changing hands, these red flags were largely ignored. As we'll see in our next segment, disregarding these warning signs would have severe consequences. While FTX was making headlines, dangerous practices were unfolding behind the scenes. The cryptocurrency exchange, under the helm of Sam Bankman-Fried, was moving at such a rapid pace that it was easy to overlook the cracks forming in the foundation. But those cracks were there, and they were growing. One of the major issues at FTX revolved around staffing choices. Bankman-Fried, known for his move fast and break things approach, staffed key positions with close allies and friends, often sidelining experienced finance veterans. This lack of expertise and experience in crucial roles raised eyebrows among industry insiders, and for a good reason. Another red flag was the company's location. Operating out of the Bahamas, FTX was subject to minimal oversight. This lack of regulation might have been appealing to a firm that wanted to push boundaries, but it also meant there were fewer checks and balances in place to catch and correct potentially damaging practices. Additionally, the audits conducted at FTX were not as rigorous as they should have been for a company dealing in billions of dollars. The internal controls, which are vital for maintaining financial stability and transparency, were in dire need of improvement. But the most alarming practice was perhaps the way FTX customer deposits were being used. Without the knowledge or consent of FTX's customers, their deposits were being funneled into Bankman-Fried's other venture, Alameda Research, to fund its crypto trading. These loans were disguised as paper profits from FTX, allowing Alameda to borrow without collateral and engage in highly speculative bets. This practice was not just unethical, it was a ticking time bomb. by using FTX customer deposits for such risky ventures, Bankman-Fried was effectively gambling with other people's money. Despite the warning signs, FTX continued on its reckless path, with industry insiders watching in growing disbelief and concern. The stage was set for a spectacular downfall. In November 2022, the House of Cards finally collapsed. The revelation of Alameda's financial situation by CoinDesk sent shockwaves through the crypto industry. Alameda's balance sheet showed a dangerous short position of $5.6 billion, a staggering figure that heavily outweighed its $1.5 billion in assets. The news triggered a mass panic among FTX customers. As it turns out, the crypto exchange was not the safe haven investors had believed it to be. Customers scrambled to withdraw their funds, but FTX couldn't keep up. The company was facing a severe liquidity crisis, a situation akin to a bank run, but in the digital world. In a desperate bid to survive, FTX reached out to its rival, Binance, for a bailout. Yet even this lifeline slipped away as Binance backed out of the rescue plan. The doors of escape were closing fast on FTX, and its end seemed inevitable. It wasn't long before FTX and its parent company, Alameda, filed for bankruptcy. The filing unveiled a series of mismanagement and potential fraudulent activities. The man at the helm, Sam Bankman-Fried, was left with no choice but to step down as CEO. The fallout didn't stop there. The bankruptcy filing led to federal prosecutors investigating Bankman-Fried and his companies. Bankman-Fried, whose personal fortune was once estimated at $26 billion, saw his wealth wiped out almost overnight. The fall of FTX has left a lasting scar on the crypto industry. It's a stark reminder of the risks and uncertainties that come with the territory. In the blink of an eye, FTX went from being a crown jewel of the crypto world to a cautionary tale of unchecked ambition and reckless financial practices. And so, FTX, once a shining star of the crypto industry, met its dramatic downfall. The collapse of FTX is not just a story of a company's demise. It's a tale of how unchecked growth and lack of oversight can lead to catastrophic consequences. It's a lesson the crypto industry will remember for years to come. The collapse of FTX sent shockwaves through the crypto industry. Its implosion was not a solitary incident contained within the walls of one corporation. Rather, it rippled out, causing a domino effect that impacted other firms in the digital asset industry. The collapse triggered a liquidity crisis, forcing firms like BlockFi into the treacherous territory of potential bankruptcy. Even the behemoth Binance felt the aftershock, stepping forward with an industry recovery fund offer for affected projects. The FTX fiasco left a significant dent in investor trust. The once glittering allure of the digital gold rush dulled as the reality of mismanagement and potential fraud surfaced. The aftermath was a wary investor community, their faith shaken, their pockets lighter. The erosion of trust was palpable. Some have drawn parallels between the FTX collapse and significant historical financial events, such as the dot-com bubble burst and the fall of Lehman Brothers. It's a chilling comparison, reminding us of the potential volatility and uncertainty inherent in new, largely unregulated industries. However, the outcome for the crypto industry remains uncertain. Unlike the regulated financial markets of the dot-com era or the tightly controlled banking sector, the crypto industry operates in a largely unregulated environment. This lack of regulation offers both freedom and risk, the freedom to innovate and expand rapidly, but also the risk of unchecked practices leading to catastrophic failure. The rise and fall of FTX serves as a stark reminder of the potential risks and rewards in the world of cryptocurrency. As we move forward, the lessons learned from this debacle will no doubt shape the future of the industry. And perhaps, in the end, the biggest lesson of all is that with great opportunity comes great responsibility.